Um, Hello, what is your advice for someone just got a master's in cybersecurity from a French university? I would have to see more of your situation. I would want to see more of your situation because I can tell you what I always tell people is start where they are. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. What I mean is, if I given us a certain situation, I'm not going to tell you to do the same thing as somebody who's brand new to this would, right? Like if somebody is already in healthcare industry, they don't have a degree, they don't have I would tell them to do something totally different to get into this field than I would tell you who already has a cybersecurity, a master's degree in this field. My next question to you would be, how much experience do you have? Were you a working student? Do you have projects that you worked on? Um, do you have projects that you worked on that you could put on your resume? What's your skill set? What's your background? What's your hands-on skill set? What does your profile and resume look like is what I was. Do you have any experience whatsoever in IT? Based on that, I would tell you, okay, do X, Y, and Z. Most students, if they're still in school, I tell them, hey, get as much hands-on experience as you can through projects. You can list those on your resume. Through if you can help the school for free, like if there's, even if it's not a working student program, you can help them for free. Do that. If there's an internship, if there's an apprenticeship, if there's people that you know who got out, got their degree, their graduate degree or undergraduate degree, and got a job, reach out to them, because now you have contacts. It's one thing. That's one thing college gives you that people sleep on. Like there's this trend on TikTok, people saying, "Oh, don't get a degree. It's a ripoff. It's lies. It's this and that." One thing that they fail to mention is that when you're in school, you get to know people who are gonna be in these industries, and if you have peers, they're your peers. They get a job in this field, you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, man, do they have openings right now?" Like it's a great way to network when you're in school. So that's one thing right there. But yeah, I mean, it depends on where you're at. You have a master's degree, I would say list all your experience. What if you're still in school, get experience, projects, internships, whatever you can do. Let's say you're already out, you just got a master's degree. What do? Look for internships. Look for intern. You said from a French university. There's a whole bunch of organizations who want French speaking people who know information technology. I know because they reach out to me. I'm like, I don't know French, bro. You know, there's a whole bunch of Canadian, a couple different African countries speak exclusively French, and then some American companies want a IT professional who speaks is fluent in French. Or another big one is Japanese. Another big one is German. Another one, of course, is Spanish. Those ones, like if you have those, you have a niche market that a lot of us are not going to be able to penetrate. So there's a lot of different opportunities for you to look into. Let me see here. I speak French. Oh man, that's awesome. Are you from the US? Most Americans don't know French. Rookie says, I updated my profile. I update my profile sometimes. I use it to I use it to do I used to do it every weekend when I was very actively looking for a job. Yes. Yes, same here. When I'm looking, I'm updating all of it. But when I'm not, I'm just update it every now and then if I get a certification or something like that. But I keep it active. My cousin is a state trooper, and I know I would never. I could never. Yeah, it's. I did it for a while, and you know what? Like one thing that's not said is that um, politics and all that stuff aside, is that doing that job, you see people at their worst. You're responding to bad situations usually, right? Or if somebody's doing something where they violate the law and you have to stop them. And a lot of times you're seeing people at their worst. Uh, And it's just a bad, especially as a police officer. This is not who the person is, but you're responding to a domestic dispute, and they're just having a bad day. They're having the worst day of their life, and you're responding. You're seeing people at their worst over and over and over again. It's your job. And what happens is it makes you a little bit misanthropic, because you start to see, you only see the bad parts. You see people with the worst of what humanity is capable of. And it opens your eyes in how dark humanity can get, like how ridiculous it can get, because a lot of people don't get to see that side of it.